Hello my dear students. One important topic we will study today, that is steam. What is steam actually? You know, water. Water is available on the surface of the earth. That water will also comes in the form of rain also. That water will exist in different phases. Water may exist in a solid form or a solid phase as a ice cubes, ice. Water may exist in a liquid form as we are drinking. For many applications we are using. And water may exist in vapor form, means gaseous phase, in the form of gaseous phase. Means water will exist in these three forms: solid, liquid and gaseous form. Here, to exist in this form, which is the main parameter that will keep in that phase. There are two parameters are there. They will changes the phase of the system or of the water. What is that? One is a pressure P and another one is a temperature T. So, what is this one? How these two parameters, pressure, this one, and temperature T, how these two will be take a part for the existence of different phases of the water, liquid. Yeah. For example, at a normal pressure, means atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is how much? It is 101.32 kilopascal. This is the atmospheric pressure outside, normal. At a normal pressure, if the pressure is taken as a constant, then next what I will do here now, I will take a water here in a container. I will take a water. Water is having around about 23 degrees centigrade, normal. And pressure is atmospheric pressure, that is a P atmospheric pressure, that is 101.32 kilopascal. Next what I will do, I will go on adding the heat to this water. So what happens here now? So at normal pressure, the temperature is 23 degrees centigrade. Next, I am go on adding this heat here. Its temperature 23 degrees centigrade. It will starts increasing. Temperature will starts increasing from 23 degrees centigrade to somewhere around 90 degrees centigrade. You take. Go on adding the heat. At atmospheric pressure, pressure is constant here now. So next what happens? Again we are go on adding the heat. Once its temperature will reaches around 99 point something degree centigrade here now. What happens? Once it will touches around 100 degree centigrade, some miracles will take place here now. Pressure is constant. Pressure is constant here now. What happens? This water is there. For example, this water is a 1 kg. 1 kg water it is there. Mass of the water is 1 kg only. So this container is very close container, for example. So next what happens? Once it will reaches the more than 99 degrees centigrade, means nearing to the 100 degrees centigrade, the liquid water starts boiling. Means vaporizing, converting from liquid water to vapor phase. Liquid to the vapor phase will starts at 100 degrees centigrade at atmospheric pressure here. So therefore, the temperature is the parameter here. If the temperature is changes at a certain the temperature at a certain pressure, the water is the liquid water is there, it will starts boiling, means it will starts vaporizing, converting from liquid to the vapor will starts. So that temperature, at that temperature, at that pressure, the liquid water is starts converting to the vapor. That pressure or that temperature is called as the saturation temperature or a saturation pressure here. After that, it will start converting the vapor here. So next what happens? Once it will reaches the 100 degrees centigrade, again if I am going to add the heat, what happens? All 1 kg of the water it is there, it will starts converting into vapor. It will starts converting into vapor here now. So therefore, what happens this one? Is that temperature is increasing? Question, very important thing here. So answer for this one is, once it is starts converting the phase from the liquid to the vapor at 100 degrees centigrade, even though you are adding the heat after that 100 degrees centigrade also, temperature will not be changes. Temperature will remains constant. Then where is the heat? Where is the heat? It is gone, because heat we are adding. That heat is utilized to convert the phase from the liquid to the vapor. Temperature remains constant. Till what? Till all this water is converted into vapor. All 1 kg vapor. All this is 1 kg of the liquid water is converted into 1 kg vapor. Heat is added, then temperature remains constant. Whatever the heat is added, that heat is utilized to convert the phase. Temperature remains the same. Pressure is also same here now, but heat is utilized to convert its phases. That heat which is used to convert the phase from the liquid to the vapor, that heat is called as the latent heat. Very important thing here. That heat is called as the latent heat here. So next, before this, we have added the heat to increase its temperature from 23 degrees centigrade to about 100 degrees centigrade. There also we have added the heat, but temperature has been increased. There. The temperature is increased by adding the heat. Here now, the heat is utilized to increase its temperature, or else by removing the heat, decrease its temperature. Then that heat is called as the sensible heat. Sensible heat. Sensible heat means what? Sensible heat, temperature is changing here now. Latent heat means what? Temperature is constant here now. Sensible heat means after adding that heat, if its temperature is increasing or decreasing, if the temperature changes, then it is called as a sensible heat. After adding removing the heat, its temperature doesn't changes, but that heat is utilized to change its phase. Maybe from liquid to vapor, vapor to liquid, liquid to solid, whatever it may be. Then if it changes its phase, temperature remains constant, then it is called as the latent heat here. This is how we have to understand here. So next one, all this, after this, all 1 kg of the liquid has been converted into 1 kg of vapor. Now all is then, that steam is called as the dry steam. Dry saturated steam here now. Dry saturated steam means what here now? Dry saturated steam means what? In that steam, in that vapor, there is no liquid water molecules, then it is called as the dry saturated steam here. So before that, when it is starts converting from this liquid to that vapor, it is 1 kg, slightly it is go on starting after adding the heat, 100 gram, 200 gram, like that it is go on converting from a liquid to the vapor. Then in that 1 kg, both liquid molecules as well as that vapor molecules both are present. Then it is called as the mixture. So then it is called as the wet steam here. It is called as a wet steam. Now we are coming to the point what here now? Wet steam to total dry saturated steam here. So next one, all the liquid water has become now vapor, dry saturated steam. Now again I am going to start adding the heat here now. Again I am going to add the heat here now. Even though all the particles are the vapor, when this is vapor here now, it will covers all the volume because its volume is very high here now. Volume is very high because vapor means the molecules are in random, it will covers more volume. Liquids are there, the molecules are not in random, it will covers very less volume here now. So next here, all that it is having a vapor molecules now, 1 kg is full of vapor molecules, it is represented by dots here. Then again if we add the heat, then what happens? That vapor molecules will take the heat. Then what? Then temperature will start increasing. Here now, temperature will start increasing from the saturated temperature up to 100 degrees centigrade. Ts is 100 degrees centigrade now, till up to all will becomes a vapor. Then again the saturated temperature will increase here now, then it will become the T soup. Then the steam is called as not only dry saturated steam, it is called as the superheated steam. Superheated that steam. So temperature we will increase above the saturation temperature here now. Then it is called as the superheated steam here. How much temperature we will go? Superheated temperature T soup, or sometimes it is called the TU in some books, TU here now. So it depends on how much we want for our system here. So superheated steam generation is a very important that procedure or a form for the energy conversion systems here. Superheated steam is there, so that is a very wide, it has very wide applications. Like in steam turbines we are using for the electrical energy generations. In all steam turbines, dry saturated steam and superheated steam we can use for the processing purpose in chemical industries and all. So therefore this superheated steam or a dry saturated steam having a very wide applications here. So therefore study of this one is very important here in this case here. So some usual notations are there here. So usually F here now, if you indicate a phi F is a specific volume, phi F, F means it is F is indicated for the liquids here we are using, and G is there, phi G, G we are indicating for the gaseous phases, we are using the usual terms we are using, that is suffix for the things we are using here in this case. What now? This is brief introduction how that steam has been formed and the types of the steams are how many types? Dry saturated steam, wet steam, dry saturated steam and superheated steam here. And next one is heat. There are two types of the heat here now, latent heat and sensible heat. Sensible heat is a heat to increase or decrease the temperature, and latent heat it is utilized to change the phase, not the temperature. Here temperature is remains constant at a constant pressure. So now we will study that with the graph, that is HS diagram or a HT diagram or a TH diagram in detail in the next video lecture. How the steam will be formed and what are the formulas that are used for that steam formation. Thank you very much.